We literally see all of them almost die.
Yeah!
Strike a pose.
Welcome back to Ronnie Reacts, boom, where we react to viral videos all across YouTube and no video is safe. I'm Ayo Ronnie, and today we'll be checking out top 10 scary Pokemon Lost episodes you should never watch, uploaded to YouTube by Most Amazing Top 10. I'm gonna call clickbait on this one. I usually don't say that. Like I said, our job is just to watch the videos, react to them, but I'm gonna call clickbait on this one because for one, I cannot name 10 scary Pokemon episodes ever. And for two, I don't see it. Not in the US. In Japan, they rock differently. They let a lot of stuff slide. Once those episodes got to the US, they took so much out of it. I've done so much research on the anime, but anyways, speaking of being lost, don't get lost in the sauce. Make sure you subscribe today. Click the bell so you know when I upload. And oh, by the way, you can follow me on Twitter at Ronnie_Ayo and send me videos that you would like to see me react to. With all that out of the way, let's watch these lost episodes.
Starting off in our number 10 spot, we have Abra and the Psychic Showdown. This is the first episode in a group of 3 that is often cited as the focal point of horror across the entire series.
Focal point of horror?
Definitely is saying something. This
that
episode
is.
sees the party arriving in Saffron City, where a young girl named Sabrina manages a gym.
One of my favorite gym leaders.
Ash, of course, challenges her, and if he defeats her, he can earn a gold badge, but Sabrina accepts on the condition that if she wins, they have to be her friend.
I wonder if this woman really knows what she's talking about.
Pikachu is no match for Sabrina's Abra, who evolves into a Kadabra and ends up beating Pikachu until Ash forfeits.
Okay.
This, of course, means that Sabrina gets her condition and she chooses to shrink them all down and to put them in a tiny toy house. Sabrina has another self, like a puppet self.
That's actually pretty cool.
Sized, and it towers over the building and tries to crush all the doll-sized people with this giant ball. It's really weird and really creepy.
I like it.
Spot today we have
but that wasn't a lost episode.
Kadabra. So on the last one, I explained that it was the first of a series of 3 episodes. We are skipping the second because it isn't that creepy, and now we have the third. Basically, in this episode, Ash is still determined to win the gold badge and defeat Sabrina.
The gold badge.
The 2 of them are face to face again when suddenly Ash's ghost Pokemon, the thing he felt like he really needed, is nowhere to be found. This leads to him feeling humiliated and leaving the gym, but Brock and Misty are left.
Sabrina Pokemon badge name. It's definitely not the gold. It's the Marsh badge. Why does she keep calling it the gold badge? See, this is, I'm a Pokemon person, okay? You can't just be throwing random names out there. Pokemon people will check you in a heartbeat. Let me know in the comments how many badges you got, because I got about 42, bro. Nobody can top me. 2 of them are lost badges.
What does Sabrina do? Well, of course, she turns them into
dolls again,
which renders them completely helpless. It's
I get that.
Sort of
Voodoo is kind of scary.
Just really creepy and helpless. The episode definitely was leaving people on the edge of their
I'll give you that one.
In our number 8 spot today, we have the Ghost of Maiden's Peak.
I think this was a pretty good one.
Brock and Misty all travel to Maiden's Peak, and it is here that they learn about a maiden who lived about 2,000 years ago. Sadly, her love went off to war, and she has been waiting for his return.
This was kind of a scary episode.
That alone is so terribly sad, but eventually, after years and years of waiting, she ended up turning to stone. Every year during this season, the ghost of the woman steals the spirit of a young man, and during this episode, Brock and James seem to be the targets. It is said that the entire tone of this episode is quite dark and grim.
It is.
And it leaves us wanting to know the answers to what this ghost is really after and what
she want her a man
is.
Duh.
Number 7 spot today, we have Pikachu and Pikyu. This is an episode that ended up finding itself banned in Japan. Rather than the actual content of the episode, it was actually because of someone who was the narrator of this short. Sakai Noriko was arrested in 2009 and later convicted from the charges, and because of this, the short was banned. Since this incident, it hasn't been rerun or released on any sort of home video or video on demand situation in Japan. In fact, the Pikachu the Movie Premium box from 1998 to 2010, it was the only theatrical Pikachu short to be excluded. So it doesn't seem like this one will be one that really...
Okay, you guys might be on to something. Research, guys. Gotta do that research. Sakai Noriko arrested. Oh, she had her husband's a professional surfer. Dang, bro, that sucks. I can't even say the word. She had that those DURGS charges. Okay, no wonder they didn't say what it
ever gets
was.
played or recognized again. In our number 6 spot today, we have Ghoul Days. This episode starts out on the 5th day of the Pokemon Summer Academy, and it sees the students doing an assignment where they must partner up and head out to the Summit Ruins at night.
Okay.
Of course, this means that there's bound to be ghosts and such, which already sets the episode up for a spooky time, but the spookiest part of the entire episode comes in the form of Conway's partner. He finds a partner, but it turns out that she is a ghost, and this
That looked like a
ghost
baby
is
Sabrina for
horrifying.
real.
She causes a ton of mischief, some of which is truly a little insane, and everyone begins trying to get this mischief to stop. A Dusk Noir tries to help with this, but in the end, everyone is afraid of the Dusk Noir. It's just chaos, and it's creepy. The ghost tries to pull people into the underworld, but the Dusk Noir ends up saving the day, and in the end, we don't really ever find out who that ghost girl was or why she wanted to drag them into the underworld with her.
So the scariest part of that episode was that there was a little girl you didn't have enough information on. I think it's scary how nosy you are. You need to mind your business. The girl don't want to tell you who she is, bro. Just let creepy things be creepy. That's what makes them creepy.
Seeking shelter from the storm. This episode sees the heroes and Team Rocket seeking shelter from a terrible storm inside of an old abandoned mansion. When they begin to explore the house, they firstly are terrified and convinced that the mansion is haunted, but when they run into a mysterious being,
I think I remember
with
this
red
episode.
eyes, they get even more freaked out. They come to find that this being is an Esper and it's keeping them from leaving. The Esper
This Pokemon made it on a top 10 scary Pokemon list. Bro, I told you I'm calling clickbait on this. Esper scary. Whoa, hold up. Honestly, now this is scary. Bro, hold up. We gotta watch this. We're gonna watch this later. We're gonna watch this in another video. This is scary, bro. Is that blood? Yeah. All right, we're gonna check that out in another video. Strike a pose and that like button if you want to see me react to that. Let me know in the comments. Or just hit the like button.
That she has around her neck, and in the end, everyone realizes that she wants to return it to an old lady that used to live in this mansion. Unfortunately, by this time, it is too late as the woman has passed away. This episode is said to be honestly not only a little bit frightening, but also quite emotional. In our number 4 spot today, we have the Electric Soldier.
Oh, this one.
This is an episode
I'm scared of
that
this
in itself
episode.
Isn't really dark or creepy. Like, it's not what the episode really contains or the storyline that landed it its spot on this list. This
Come on, get to the point,
was only
baby.
broadcast once in Japan on December 16th, 1997.
And what happened?
The episode has a scene in it where Pikachu uses a thunderbolt on a missile, which goes on to produce these flashing strobe lights.
That was crazy.
Of course, this proved to be problematic for hundreds of those who were watching the episode, as that strobe effect can be seriously harmful to certain people, especially those with epilepsy. Many of those watching this episode unfortunately went on to have seizures or just general feelings of sickness, and as a result, it saw many of them attending nearby hospitals. It is said that this was the only time the episode aired, either in or out of Japan. In our number 3 spot today, we have Sandshrews Lock.
I think I read somewhere before that I think 10,000 people end up being like hospitalized because of that one episode. That's insane.
This episode starts out with Ash and Co. on their way to Heart Home City when they are approached by Myra, who is friendly and offers them a shortcut. All they need to do is use her Abra to teleport there.
Okay.
They accept the offer, but things go awry when they realize that they have instead been teleported to the top of a dam. Myra apologizes, but since they're already there, she asks for their help in finding a piece of lost jewelry that was an heirloom that she says has
What's
been
up with her
lost
hair,
in the
though?
lake behind the dam.
That hair is
They agree
freaking
to
me
help
out.
her, and Myra leads them on a dive into the lake, and this is when they find a submerged town. Here, this is where they encounter an angry Gyarados, which forces them to sort of draw back, and then they confront Myra and ask her to tell them what's really going on. Myra finally explains that she used to live in this submerged town prior to it being underwater.
Okay.
And that the Sandshrew was left behind in its Pokeball when the people in the town moved. That's basically the premise of the episode, and then they go on to devise a plan to recover this lost Sandshrew.
So that means she's
But
dead?
many people agree on the darkness of this episode due to the fact that Myra's Sandshrew has been there for who knows how long, all alone, just waiting and unable to do anything. I guess when you put it like that, I'd probably be inclined to agree.
I guess.
In our number 2 spot today, we have A Night at the Nakreen City Museum. This is an episode where the heroes arrive at Nakreen City and realize that the gym is inside of the city museum.
Okay.
When they enter the museum, they come to find a very terrified man. This man is Hawes, who is the museum co-curator, and he is terrified because he claims to have recently seen some apparitions around just ahead of the museum's launch of their secret artifact exhibition. As they listen to what has been happening, Iris decides that there has been some sort of angry spirit that is putting a curse on the museum, but Silent disagrees, saying that what is going on must be scientific. They decide to spend the night at the museum to investigate, and that is when they come to realize that a Yamask, which Hawes thought was a replica, is actually a real Pokemon, and it was this Yamask that was appearing like it was haunting the museum, but really it just wanted its mask back.
Oh.
There's a part in this episode where the Yamask
there we
takes
go. Now we
control
get
over
to.
Silent's
Oh,
spirit and
okay.
begins to attack the others, which is widely regarded as one of the creepiest parts of the entire episode.
Nah, that
In our
seems
number 1
pretty
spot
normal
today,
to
we
me.
have the scare at the Litwick Mansion. This is one episode that is said to be one of the creepiest out there.
Is it one of the
episode
creepiest,
starts
or is
with
it number
Rocket
1?
Inside of a mansion that the heroes end up finding solace from a rainstorm in, but the heroes are at first unaware of anyone else's presence in the mansion. Team Rocket is planning to try and catch Pikachu, and they enlist the help of a group of Litwicks to help them fulfill this plan. Little do they know, however, that they are actually draining James, Meowth's, Silence, Iris's, and Ash's life energy.
Ooh,
The episode
now we're
has
getting
some
good.
super dark scenes and imagery, and we literally see all of them almost die in this episode,
Yeah.
which is definitely a lot to handle. That is exactly why it is referred to as one of the darkest episodes out there.
Okay. I still call it clickbait, and I knew it was gonna be clickbait. I didn't get scared by any of that. But I don't know, man, this video was kind of trash, but hopefully you guys enjoy it. And if you did, send me some better top 10 lists. Ronnie_Ayo on Twitter. If you did enjoy it, then please strike the pose on that like button. Subscribe today to join the AyoFam. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Perfect. Supreme victory!